Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Salatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Let's begin, inshallah ta'ala. In our last class, we had a look at the Jumla Fi'liya, and we described the nouns, or the verbs, I should say, the words. They fall into 10 different forms, 10 different templates. Then we finished off last week with template number one, form number one. And in that we had a table, which was the كتب يكتب فهو كاتب, كتب يكتب فمكتوب, كتابة. Right? So we had that table that was there for memorizing. So let us actually practice some of these tables that we have meant to memorize. Anybody want to volunteer to read out the first table of the fi'l madin? So the كتب, كتبا, كتبوا, كتبت, كتبتا, كتبنا, كتبتا, كتبتما, كتبتم, كتبتي, كتبتما, كتبتنا, كتبتو, كتبنا. Anybody want to have a go at reading that? Because by now everybody should have that memorized. Any volunteers, or shall I pick someone? No? Okay. Nuzhat,
Shall I try?
yeah, please. Yeah, go
Um, Kataba, kataba, katabu, katabat, katabata, katabna,
ahead.
katabta, katabtuma, katabtum, katabti, katabtuma, katabtunna, katabtu, katabna.
Very good. Very good. MashaAllah. Okay, that's it. That's very good. Any one more person want to try? It doesn't matter if you make a mistake, it's fine. It's good practice so you can test where you are.
Assalamu alaikum. I can try. Are we doing, is it past tense we're doing?
Yeah, katabat, past tense, yeah, inshallah.
Okay, inshallah. So kataba, kataba, katabu,
Hmm.
katabat, katabata, katabna, katabta, katabtuma, katabtum, katabti, katabtuma, katabtunna, katabtu, katabna.
Very good. There we go, mashallah. So I need you all to be memorizing that table in that same way. Now let's move to the fi'l mudari. Who wants to have a go at the present tense? So yaktubu, yaktubani, yaktubuna, taktubu, taktubani, yaktubna till the end. Anybody want to volunteer for that? If you don't know it 100% off the top of your head, you can have a look at the sheet if you really need to. Shanaz, you want to have a go?
Yeah, I'm not feeling well, so I'll bear with me, please.
Sorry?
Um, I'm not feeling well, but I try.
Okay, okay.
يكتب يكتبان يكتبون تكتبي تكتباني يكتبنا
Good.
تكتبوا تكتباني تكتبون تكتبين تكتباني تكتبنا
Yaktubna.
أكتب نكتب أكتب نكتب.
Yeah, aktubna. Yeah, good. Yeah, well done. No, no. One more person? One more person. If you're not 100% from memory, you can glance at the sheet as well. But let's have one more person who attempt. Okay, I'm gonna pick someone. Sophia, do you want to try? Yaktubu?
The present one.
Yeah, inshallah. Yeah, present. Yaktubu, yaktuban. Yeah.
Yaktubu, yaktubani, yaktubuna,
Hmm.
taktubu, taktubani, yaktubuna,
Hmm.
taktubu, taktubani, taktubuna,
Hmm.
taktubina, taktubani, taktubana,
Hmm.
taktubu, taktubu,
Aktubu, and the last one is
taktubu.
naktubu.
Not, okay.
Yeah, with the noon. Yeah. Apart from that, everything else good. Well done. Okay, so mashallah, everyone need you all to be doing that. The last thing that we had to memorize was form one. Yeah, so kataba yaktub for katibun, kutiba yuktab for maktubun, and then kitabatan. Okay, anybody want to have an attempt at that? No? Okay. I won't force it on anyone today, but I do need you to memorize those three tables like the back of your hand. So that's homework for everyone. Next week I'll pick people at random. So kataba, kataba, katabu, that table. Yaktubu, yaktuban, yaktubuna, that table. And then form one. Yeah, very, very important that we recognize form one. Now, so today, our task for today, inshallah, there are 10 forms altogether. Okay, the 10 forms altogether. And last week we covered form one, which was the, if anything, the one that required more time. Okay, the others now from 2 down to 10, they are very easy. Yeah, they won't take too much time, but we do need to understand them. So let's get started with that. Okay, let's get started with that.
To start, just a question. So after we finished all of our forms, does that mean like we've basically covered all types of kind of like what's in a sentence, and then we go on to do the sentences? Like, what's the plan after the forms?
So basically now what we have in front of us are these 10 forms. And that will, once we've got these 10 forms, this will equip us to use a dictionary. Okay, so you'll be much more independent once you've got these 10 forms. I put a link up in Google Classroom so you can see the dictionary there. Everybody should get a copy. It is available online, as I said, as in the electronic version, but I want you to have the hardback, so get that. So by the time we finish these 10 forms, we will be independent and fluent through the dictionary. Then after these 10 forms, there's still a little bit of grammar and a few points that we need to work out. So we still have quite a few classes ahead of us. And then once we finish all of that, then we'll go into actual reading. Okay, so we'll do the application part, which is level 2. But we've still got time for that. We've still got quite a bit to go through.
Okay.
Okay, but these 10 forms that we have in front of us, the three tables I've given you, that's imperative. You've got to learn that. And these 10 forms that I'm giving you, they're also all verbs. When I say all, 90% plus, all verbs, you're going to find them fit into these 10 forms. So if you memorize these 10 forms with an understanding of what they are, that will really, really bring this ocean of Arabic into little boxes, and you'll be so much more easier able to understand how things work and what words mean. It won't be random words that you're just plucking out trying to find them. Now you can link things together. I'll show you exactly how. So in front of us now, we've got form 2. Okay, we've got form 2. Now, previously we were looking at form 1. Okay, we were looking at form 1. Now, form 1, where there was just 3 letters. Okay, there was just 3 letters in the word. Kataba, yaktub. There are 3 letters. Okay, so that's how we recognize form 1. That's that. Every word, again, when I say every, I mean most, yeah? Every word has 3 root letters. Every word has 3 root letters. So no matter how long or short a word is, there will always be 3 letters that we can refer back to find it in the dictionary. So if I give you the word kita button, here, how many letters are there here? Kaf, ta, alif, ba, and ta marbuta. You got 5 letters there. Okay, you got 5 letters, but not all of these letters are root letters. What are the root letters of that word? Have a guess. What are the 3? So kaf, ta, and ba. Those are the root letters. Okay, these are the roots. Now, when I'm going to look up this word, kitabatan, in the dictionary, I'm going to look for the letter kaf first. Then I'm going to look for the letter ta second. Then I'm going to look for the letter ba third. And then once we find that, we'll be able to find the word kitabatan. Okay. And the dictionary that I've put up in the group is called Hans Wehr. Hans Wehr was a German Orientalist. The field of Orientalism, where the Europeans, they would study the Orient, meaning Muslims, and they would criticize the Quran and criticize Islam. They're trying to find fault in it. And they used to have universities that were dedicated in doing that. And one of the strongest universities historically was those in Germany. Hans Wehr was a German. And in order for them to understand Arabic language, they put together a book in German, which was written by Hans Wehr, Arabic to German. And then this book was then translated to English. So then Arabic to English. And there was a dictionary that they put together they could use to kind of criticize Islam and so on and so forth. But subhanAllah, how Allah works in mysterious ways, that very same dictionary now, we are using that to teach and spread Arabic. Okay, and it's a very good Arabic. It's because he used the structure of traditional Arabic dictionaries, but put it into a Western context, which helps us. And the way the traditional Arabic dictionaries work is by looking at the root and then coming forward with your word. Yeah? Whereas modern dictionaries, you'll find some Arabic dictionaries, each word is independent. If you wanted to look for this word in the dictionary, you'd go for ka, ta, alif, ba, and then ta marbuta, and you'd find your word. But that's not proper. That's fine. If it works for you, that's great. But if you go to the root, and you'll appreciate why with today's lesson, if you go to the root, it's so much more beneficial. Okay. So likewise, if I was reading and I found the word, you know what this means, but if I found the word yaktubuna, I found this word in the text, yaktubuna, I want to know what it means. I need to find the 3 root letters. And in the charts I've given you, the root letters are in bold. They're in black. The kaf, the ta, and the ba. Okay. So these are your root letters. Okay. So you'd go to the dictionary and find kataba, and you'd find the word there so you can work out what it means. So this word is derived from these 3 letters. This word is derived from these 2 letters, and there are many more derived from these 3 letters. So finding the root is a very rich way of using dictionary and learning Arabic. So that's form 1. Okay. So I asked you a form 1 word, 3-lettered word. Now let's move on then. So today we're going to do something new, and let's look at form 2. Form 2, as you can see in front of you, and I'll put it in Google Classroom as well, is allama, yu'allimu, فهو معلم. And then the passive, علم, يعلم, فهو معلم. تعليما. Let's break it down. So just like we did with the previous one, the table for form 1 is the same structure here. What's the first thing you notice? That's the difference between form 1 and form 2. Anybody want to have a...
The shadda.
The shadda, very good. It's perfect. Okay. The shadda. So make a note of that the shadda is what tells you straight away this is form 2. Okay. The shadda on the second root letter. It gives it away that is form 2. So very, very important. We're able to distinguish between what it is that we are looking at. So good. That was form 2. Yeah. So the one with the shadda is the form 2. Now, so we need you to memorize allama, and then when you come to the madi, you've got allama. The mudari would then become yu'allimu. Okay, yu'allimu. Notice the kasra there, yu'allimu. Fahuwa, so the person who taught, the person who teaches, then this person's occupation, or the person must be a what?
Teacher.
Must be a teacher. And the word for that is mu'allim. And you're very familiar with that word, yeah? So all you do is you put a meme at the beginning with a dhamma, and the second to last letter, it takes a kasra. So it become muallimun, the one who teaches. And then when it comes to the passive, as you can see here, ulima, it's the same thing. When we were doing kataba, form 1, we said kutiba. So you put a dhamma on the first letter and you put a kasra on the second to last letter. Same thing. That's how you produce the passive. Ulima. The only difference here is that it's got a shadda. So ulima, and then the present tense passive would be, again, you start with the dhamma, and then you have the shadda, and this one takes a fatha. Okay? Yu'allamu. The thing that is being taught. So it is being taught. So that must be the object, or the thing that is being taught is mu'allamun. This takes a fatha. So notice the difference between the one doing the action, it's got a kasra, and the one that the action being done upon it has a fatha. So the one who's doing it is mu'allimun, and the one who's the thing is being done upon is mu'allamun. Okay, please do stop me and ask me questions, or ask me to repeat, or a thumbs up or something, so I know you've understood it.
Ustad, I have a quick question. Do different verbs follow different forms then?
That's correct.
And so there are 10 forms. How would we know which verb goes in which form? Is there a method?
So I'm giving you the method right now. Right? So how to recognize a word is in form 2 would be what? Would be the shadda on the second letter.
Okay. So it still has 3 root letters, but there's always a shadda on the second letter.
That's right. So if you look at allama, how many letters are there? You got ayn, lam, mim. A shadda is a double letter. Yeah, so you got ayn, lam, mim. Those are the letters there, but we know the root of these letters is the ayn, lam, and the mim. The other lam is just an extra. The shadda there is telling me that it's form 2. Yeah, that shadda there is telling me that it's form 2. Let me give you an example. Okay, so if I use the word, let me do it a little bit further below. If I use the word qatala. Now, qatala, what form is that?
Form 1.
Very good. Very good. Why is it not form 2?
Because there's no shadda.
Very good, because there's no shadda. And qatala means to kill.
To kill.
Yeah. Now, if I was to say to you, qatala, what form is that?
Form 2.
Form 2. So, Iman, how you differentiate what form each word goes to is by looking at the template. And the template that we've dealt with, form 1, which is just a basic 3-letter word. Form 2 is the one with the shadda there. Does that make more sense?
Yes. Jazakallah.
Good. Make a note of that. Write that down, everyone. Yeah. The way to recognize the form 2 is with the shadda. And
So
then
just
you
to
can,
clarify,
yeah,
so you can have the same word in different forms.
that's right. And I'll
Okay.
show you the same word in different, but good question, but the meaning changes. The meaning changes ever so slightly. So qatala means to kill, but qatala means to what? It means to massacre. So they both mean to kill, but one means qatala means to kill. Okay, and qatala means to annihilate or to massacre, like to tear to pieces.
So the second form would be like exaggerating.
Very
Is
good.
that
So,
in all cases?
yeah, so make a note, not in all cases, make a note of that. In most cases, the form 2 is the exaggerated or the intensified form of form 1. As I said, not in all cases, but in most cases. Okay, now, if we just take that same word, yeah, because we had a look at it. So if we use that same word, قتل, okay, what would be the mudari of that? I mean the present tense. So قتل, what would be the next word after it?
يقتل.
Very good. Yeah, so you just follow the same template. يقتل. Yeah, it follows it. So if you look at the one at the top, يعلم. Here, يقتل. All you've done is just change the qaf, ta, and lam. Everything else is exactly it's the template that we're looking at. So قتل, يقتل. Okay, so he committed a massacre. يقتل, he is committing a massacre. So this person, he must be a what?
Murderer.
So just follow this template.
مقتلا.
Yeah, exactly. So you follow the same template and you will get the, so you put the meme with the dhamma at the beginning, mu, and then you give your letters, mu, qa, and then the ta, shadda, and the kasra at the bottom. Follow the same template, muqattilun, the one who's committing the massacre. Okay, the one who's committing the massacre. So qattala, yeah, qattala, yuqattilu, fahuwa muqattilun. Now, if we wanted to write the passive and say the one who was massacred against, yeah, what would that be?
قتل.
Very good.
قتل.
Yeah, قتل. Just like علم قتل. And then the present would become
قتل.
yeah, follow the same template. There's nothing, there's no trick here. Just follow the exact same thing. So that would become يقاتل, يقتل. Okay? فهو, then that thing must be, now follow the same template. The thing that was massacred, we call it what?
مقتلا.
Very good. مقتل. Okay, up until this point, is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, so that's all standard we've done. Now, the last part is the verbal noun, which is the masdar. Okay, now the masdar, it has a template as well. تعليما. Okay, تعليما. All form twos will have the same verbal noun, which helps you to work it out. تعليما. So the علم يعلم is to teach. What's the noun form of that? Is teaching. Okay. Uh,
تقتيل. تقتيلا.
تقتيلا, very good. Okay, somebody wants the password for this meeting. Just a second. Okay, Farhana, the details are there, inshallah, in the chat. Okay. All right, so let's carry on then. So, تعليما, is the masdar, is how we produce the verbal noun. Yeah. تعليما. تعليما. So notice Ain, Lam, and Mim. All you got to do is replace those three letters and you can get the verbal noun for any form to word. So the masdar for qattala, as just mentioned, would be taqtilan. Okay? So just like ta'liman, taqtilan. Good? Any questions on that? Okay, make note of that. Add all the okay. Let's do one more, yeah? If I said the word jallada, okay, the word jallada. Jallada comes from the word jild, which means to bind a book, to put a book together. Now, what would be the mudari of that? Jallada,
يجلد
yujallidu, and the one who does that, he would be the mujallidun. Yeah. And then the passive would be jullida,
يجلد
and the mudari yujalladu, fahuwa mujalladun. Now, the last word before we move on to the next form, what would be the masdar of that? So follow the same template. All we've got to do is change the ayn, the lam, and the mim, and put in a jim, a lam, and a dal.
تجليدا.
That's right. Taj, li, dan. Okay, that's it. And that'll be binding. So any form two word, you would do that, and you can produce the verbal noun. And that's it. That's form two. Simple, easy. Okay. Good. We will put this to the test in a few moments, so just bear with me. So that's form two. Now, if we come to, so that's form two. Now, make a note of this. Sorry, one more thing. Sorry, before we move over to form two. One more thing with regards to this. So the meaning wise, when we looked at the meaning, we said in general, the form two meaning is an intensified meaning, yeah? So qatala means to kill, qatala means to massacre. The second thing, the meaning, form two, it also has the meaning of someone, okay, making someone do something. Okay. So if you've got a verb with the shadda on it, it's not the person doing the action themselves, they're making somebody else do that action. Right? Let me give you an example and it'll become very clear. If we look at this word, allama, the three root letters, as you said correctly, is ayn, lam, mim. Now, if you were to open up the dictionary and look for ayn, lam, mim, alima, that's form one. It means to know or to learn. Okay. Alima means to know. Now, when we do the form two, allama, you're making someone do that action. So you're making someone know something which means what? You are doing what to them? You're teaching them. Okay. So when someone's teaching, they're passing information on to someone else. Alima means that they learn themselves. Yeah. So if I said alimtu ad-darsa, it means I sat down and I learned the lesson by myself. I just read stuff and I learned it. When you say allama, allama means someone taught someone something. So the action, someone is doing it on someone else. Okay. So make a note of that. Yeah. So I'll write the sentence down. So if I said alimtu ad-darsa, it means I learned the lesson. At my own accord, I learned my lesson. But if I said علم الأستاذ الولد, that means the teacher taught the boy. Okay. So in this case, it's the ustad who is making the walad, the boy, learn. Whereas in the first one, alimtu, that's I did it to myself. I sat down and I learned by myself. So notice the difference. So form 1 could be open meaning, could be anything. But form 2, one of the meanings of form 2 is that you make somebody else do something. Okay? Bear that in mind. And with that, we finished form 2. All right. Okay. Here we go with form 3. Okay, form 3. Now with form 3, if you look at the table, jahada yujahidu fahuwa mujahidun, juhida yujahadu fahuwa mujahadun, jihadan mujahadatan. Okay, so you can see the word there. Now, we're all familiar with this word. Now, when you look at this word, jahada, make it really big here. There's 4 letters here. And just from instinct, which letter do you think there is an addition?
Alif.
Very good, the alif. Okay, the alif. So the rule here, Iman, you asked the question earlier. The rule here, or the principle here, is that if there is an additional alif after the first root letter in the word, it's a form 3 word. Okay? So one of the ways to recognize a form 3 word, there is an extra alif. And that alif has been placed after the first root letter. Okay? So if I was going to look up this word in the dictionary, I need to find the 3 root letters, and the 3 root letters would be Jim, Ha, and Dal. So I would find those 3 letters, and then I would look underneath those 3 letters. I'm going to show you this in a few moments. And I'm going to then look for form 3. And I'll find my word. Okay. Now, so this table, Jahada, Yujahidu, fahuwa mujahidun. جوهد يجاهد فهو مجاهد جهادا مجاهدة. That's the fi'l madin, the past tense. That's your fi'l mudari, your present tense. So he strove, he is striving. So the person who struggles, he is a what? What do we say?
Striver.
Sorry?
He's a striver.
He's a striver, and in Arabic would be jahada yujahidu fahuwa mujahidun. Okay, so you've heard that word before, mujahid. And remember, we said if we want to produce the dua of these verbs from 2 to 10, not form 1. from form 2 to 10, you simply add a meme at the beginning, mu, and you add a kasra, okay, on the middle root letter. So, mujahidun, you can see it there. Previously with form 2, allama was what? The dua was muallimun. Same thing, dhamma at the beginning and the kasra on the second to last letter. Same thing here with the word mujahidun. Mujahidun. Yeah. Dhamma at the beginning and kasra second to last. Mujahid, we produce the one who does the action. Okay. Jahada yujahidu fahuwa mujahidun. And then when it comes to the passive, that something he was struggled against. So again, we have a dhamma at the beginning and the kasra on the second to last letter. So we have the word jahada. So we put a dhamma at the beginning, kasra on the last, so it become like that. But here we have a pronunciation problem. You can't have a dhamma and a fatha and an alif next to each other because you can't pronounce it. So it's purely for recitation purposes that alif changes to a waw. So it becomes juhida. Yeah, because there's no way you could say dhamma with a fatha. So juhida. And then yujahadu. Yeah, notice the fatha on the ha. Here is a kasra because it's passive. Yujahadu. So the thing that is being striven against or being worked hard against is mujahadatun. Oh, sorry, mujahadun. Okay, mujahadun. So notice the difference between mujahadun. Yeah? Notice the difference. The mujahid has got a kasra. The mujahad has got a fatha. So the one who's doing the struggling with the kasra, mujahid, and the one who's being struggled against, or the thing that we say is mujahad. Now, the last thing we got left is the masdar, is the verbal noun. How do we produce that? Here we have two templates. Okay, we've got two templates. So there's two possible masdars for this one. So the first one is jihad. We all know that word, jihad. So you take a word, a three-lettered word, and you put it into that template, jihad, or mujahadatan. Okay, mujahadatan. Now let me give it to you so you can try this. I'm going to give you the word qatala. What form is that? Okay. Somebody wanna, so this word here, qatala, what form is it? Yeah, form 3. There's an alif there. Okay. So we looked previously, I gave you qatala, I gave you qatala, and now qatala. The same 3 root letters, but it's a different form. Each form has its own meaning. Now the word qatala, and this comes in the Quran a lot. Yeah. يُقَاتِلُونَ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. When Allah refers to jihad in the Quran, Allah uses the word qatala. When we looked at the word qatala, qatala means to kill. Okay, let me just write it here so you can see it. Qatala means to kill. Allah didn't say that in the Quran. Likewise, form 2, qatala means to massacre. You won't find that word in the Quran. Allah doesn't order us with qatala. But the word that we do find in the Quran that Allah orders is with qatala. And what does qatala mean? It means to struggle, strive, to fight. Nowhere does Allah command us to kill. Nowhere does Allah command us to massacre. But He does command us to struggle and to strive and to fight against tyranny and oppression. So Islam doesn't give the green light for killing or massacring. And that's understood from the language. And it's the nuance, it's the template. Okay, and that's where some of the enemies of Islam, they will use these words, and the Muslims don't know the Arabic and they get confused and say, oh, subhanAllah, Islam is telling us to massacre people. No, it's not saying that. They're playing with words. Qatala means to struggle and to strive, and it's common sense. You would always struggle and strive against people trying to cause you harm. So, qatala. What would be the mudari? Qatala. What comes next?
يقاتل.
Very good. Yeah. Yuqatilu. So this person who's doing that, he is a what?
مقاتل.
Yeah,
مقاتل.
he is a muqatil. Yeah, he is the muqatil, the struggle, the striver, the fighter. Muqatil. Now the passive of that would be what?
قاتلوا.
Qutila. Yeah, so I'm going in the past tense first. Qutila. And the passive in the present tense would be?
يقاتل.
Yeah, yuqatalu. So the thing that is being fought against or to strive against would be what?
مقاتل.
Very good. Muqatalun. Very good. Alhamdulillah. And it will have two possible verbal nouns. What would be the first one? Yeah, very good. Yeah, qi. And then? Good. Qitalan. Very good. And that's in the Quran as well. Qitalan. And then what would be the second one? Very good. Very good. Muqatalatan. There we go. So that's form 3. Okay, that's how you recognize form 3. Now, let me just show you. I want you all to buy the Hansway dictionary, as I've mentioned. I put it on Google Classroom. We need to get a copy. It's about, I think, 14, 15, 16 pounds, something like that. I want you to get the hard copy, and then next week we're gonna practice these more and more. Once we covered the 10 forms, so it may not be next week, but order it now so you'll have it there just in case. Get the Hansway dictionary. There is the electronic version, which I'm going to show you now, but I don't want you to start using this right now. Okay, I want you to use the actual book itself, and you will appreciate why I'm saying that. Yeah. Now, let me share with you. Okay, can you see the dictionary in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So this is a page from the dictionary. Now, you need to have the root letters of a word to find it. So I'm going to type in the root letters here. This is why we have to identify the form, otherwise we'll never know the root letters. So I'm going to go with the word qatala. I'm just going to go with that. Okay. Now, we're going to do this manually, not electronically, but I'm fast tracking here. If you notice here, page 870 of this dictionary, you would find the word qatala. Can you see the mouse hovering over that word? Yeah? Everybody with me?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Yeah. So you can see the word there, qatala, is there. Now, the immediate meaning that you'll find next to it will always be form 1. So to kill, to slay, to murder, to assassinate, all of that is form 1. Now, if I wanted you to find the qatala, what form is that?
Second form.
Yeah. So you keep looking inside until you come across the Roman number 2, which is 2 lines. Hopefully you know your Roman numbers. Is there. Can you see the 2? Yeah. Can everyone see that 2 there?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So that tells me that's form 2. And look what we find inside form 2. To kill or to massacre. To cause carnage amongst people. So even though these 2 words have got the same roots, qatala and qattala, they have 2 different meanings. So that's how, so we've got to find the root word. And then immediately what we get is form 1, and then we find form 2. Now, if I said to you, no, I don't want qatala, I want qatala. What form is that?
Number 3.
Number 3. So we look for number 3, and there we go. We got the Roman numeral number 3 here. And what does that mean? To combat, to battle, to fight. Here, I find here, qatalullah. Yeah, may God fight him. Yeah. So here we have 3 of the templates out of 10. And this is the benefit of what we're doing. So you can work out what it is that you want. So this is accuracy in understanding. So qatala, qatala, qatala. There's 3 with the same root but different words. Okay, different words. Good. So now you got some appreciation of what we're talking about, right? And this works with all the verbs. Okay, all the verbs. You can take any verb you like and you can look for. So yeah, so you can find any of them. So this is just an example of what we've taken, and we'll do some more forms, and then we'll come back to dictionary and do some more exercises there. So now you've got to visualize this tool, and the more of these tables you memorize at this stage, I know you might be finding it a little bit difficult or might be finding it time consuming, but my advice is if you do it now, you'll see how independent you will become and you can do things by yourself. Those who spend time in learning the tables and forms now, the rest of the Arabic will be easy. Those who don't, they will always be struggling. Yeah, they're always trying to play catch up. So I recommend the next week or two, you really get these forms in. Now let's move on. Okay. Let's move
Let's start ahead.
Sorry,
Some
yeah.
questions on Form 3. So just like in our notes, when we're trying to explain how to sort of gauge the meaning from Form 3, so looking at the qatala, and then qatala, how would you sort of explain, like, so in Form 3 it's to struggle and fight. How would we sort of be able to kind of know the meaning by ourselves, knowing that the root is to kill?
Mhm. So the answer to that question fundamentally is by using the dictionary. Okay, so always go back to using the dictionary. There are certain forms that carry a specific meaning and other forms that don't really carry a generic meaning. Form 2 carries a general meaning of intensifying or making someone else do something. Form 3, on the other hand, doesn't really have that. So you have to go back to dictionary to find out exactly what that Form 3 word means.
Okay. Yeah.
Good.
And second question, for the verbal noun, you have the jihadan and mujahadan. Is that literally just male and female?
No, they're not male and female. One is male,
Right.
one is female, but they're just 2 separate verbal nouns. So you got for that particular form, you got 2 verbal nouns, which you can use any of the 2.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
they have a slight difference in meaning, but we'll get to that at another stage. But for now, you got those 2 verbal nouns, which is unique for Form 3.
Yeah, I wanted to know regarding last week's lesson. That will be posted, right?
Is it not up already?
It wasn't when I checked.
Okay, I think it is. If you go to Google Classroom, it should be there. If not, I'll double check. But I'm pretty
Okay.
confident it's there. Yeah.
But
Okay.
but this dictionary is on the group chat, right?
Just the name of the dictionary is on the group chat. So, but you might be able to find it on eBay. You might be able to find it on Amazon or wherever you find it cheapest, or even in your local mosque, you might be able to find it there. Okay.
Would you say that we'd be using this dictionary in like the next couple lessons?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So I would recommend you place the order now, and then hopefully, inshallah, you'll find it.
I see. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So let's move on. So the next thing then, in front of you should be able to see that is Form 4. Okay. So we've got Form 4. Now, if you look at this word here in front of you, أعلم يعلم فهو معلم أعلم يعلم فهو معلم إعلاما. Okay, that's form 4. Now, just looking at it, what can you say to me is different? What is standing out? Yeah, when you look at the word a'lama, we know that the verb has 3 root letters. So what here is standing out? What's different compared to what we looked at previously?
Alif.
It starts with Alif.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so note that is your biggest indicator and sign that the form 4 is the one that begins with a hamza. Okay, is the word that begins with a hamza. And that's it. That's how you recognize a form 4. Okay, that's how you recognize a form 4. So a'lama in the past tense, yu'limu in the present tense. Fahuwa, so a'lama means to inform, yu'limu means he is informing. So the one who does that, fahuwa mu'limun, is the informer. And notice it's the exact same thing as I said to you before, is that you bring a meme at the beginning with a dhamma on it, and then the second to last letter will have a kasra on it. Exactly what we said for allama, exactly what we said for jahada, exactly what we're saying for a'lama. So in order to find out the dua, you put a meme at the beginning, kasra and sex, to get mu'limun, the informer. And then the passive, as we said, passive begins with a dhamma, and the second to last letter will have a kasra. Just like kutiba, you get u'lima. And then the mudari, yu'lamu. Yeah, notice fatha there and kasra here. So yu'lamu, fahuwa mu'lamun. Okay, the thing that was informed on. So the informer is mu'limun, and the thing that was informed is mu'lamun. And it's consistent throughout the whole 10 forms. Okay, put a mu at the beginning and a kasra on the second to last letter, and you get the dua. Put a dhamma at the beginning and put a fatha on the second, and you get the done too. And then finally, the masdar, i'laman. Okay, you just have to memorize that. Okay, i'laman. Right, let's put this to the test. Let's see now for you to do it. Let's use a different verb, and the verb I'm going to use is aslama, which means to submit. What would be the mudari present tense of aslama?
Yuslimu.
Very good. So it'd be yuslimu. Just follow the template. So the person who submitted, the person who submits, then this person must be a what?
Muslim.
Very good. Yeah, this person, follow the same template. Muslimun. This person is a Muslim. Yeah, this person is a Muslim. So all the prophets of Allah subhanahu, they're all Muslim because they submitted to Allah. Adam alayhi salam was a Muslim. Nuh was a Muslim. Ibrahim was a Muslim. Isa was a Muslim. Musa was a Muslim. They're all Muslims because what do? They submitted to God. Whereas, for example, if you have Christianity, they say you have to submit to Christ. So we say, okay, prior to the birth of Christ, what were these prophets before them? Because they didn't submit to Christ because he didn't exist. Likewise with the Jews, if they say Musa, so you have to submit to Musa or whatever. If you say prior to Musa alayhi salam, the prophets came before, who were they submitting to? It wasn't Musa, he wasn't alive. So they have a problem there. Whereas we say that a Muslim is anyone who submitted unto Allah. So Adam alayhi salam was the first Muslim. Okay, then let's look at the passive. So to say he was submitted, what would that become?
Muslima.
Good, yeah. Uslima. And then in the passive it would be, in the present tense it would be
Yuslamu.
yuslamu. Okay. فهو, and then this person is, or this thing is, the thing that has been submitted is the Lamun. Okay. Now, I want you to use the masdar template and tell me what's the masdar of aslama yuslimu.
Islaman.
Very good. There we go. Islaman. There you go. Islam. Submission. So, i'laman. Islaman. So you can use any word that comes in the form for, and now you can work out the whole thing. The past,
So,
the present, the dua, the passive, the noun form of that word. You've got all the tools there to work it out.
so, so Yuslim would be he is submitting.
Muslim is the one who submits, and the
And
Muslim is the thing that was submitted to.
no, I was referring to the active imperfect verb where it says yu'lamu. Would it
Yeah.
be Yuslimu mean he is submitting?
Yuslamu. You're talking about the passive.
The imperfect verb, yeah. The one
But
that's the second last column.
yeah, so that would be the passive. So that would be yuslamu.
Or could you put like a little the line underneath? It
So
says
here,
Yuslimu.
yuslamu in the present tense and in the past would be uslima.
Oh, yeah, I was pointing to the second last part, just at the right, the active imperfect verb. It says
The
Yuslimu.
active, yeah. So yuslimu,
So it would be he is submitting.
yeah, he is submitting it. Correct.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. All right. Good. Now, one final thing with form 4. Make a note of this with regards to meaning. This has a very specific meaning as well. It has a similar meaning in as form 2, in which it means to make someone do something. Okay, so make a note of that. Meaning is making someone do something. So if you look at this with a'lama, you notice straight away that the root letters are alima, which means to know. So when you say a'lama, is to make someone know. You're informing them. Okay, so all form 4 words are about making somebody else do something. Okay, good. Any questions there before we do one more form for the evening? No?
Yeah.
Good. Yep, sure. Yep.
Yeah. Like we said, first form katala, then second is kattala,
Mm-hmm.
and third will be katala,
Mm-hmm.
and then fourth will be aktala.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
what's the
correct.
meaning will be?
So aqtala from a Arabic point of view, from a structured point of view, the word is right, aqtala. But sometimes some verbs they don't have all 10 forms. So for example, the word aqtala, it exists in terms of what we're doing, how to put words together, but in Arabic that word doesn't exist. There's no form for qatala.
Oh.
Yeah. So not every word has all 10 forms. Some of them has 2, some of them 3, some of them 4. So they have different types. Some of them they don't exist. So aqtala doesn't exist. Okay. I will
We look
explain
in
that
the
with you.
dictionary to find out.
Sorry?
Thank you.
We look in the dictionary, and if it's there, it's there. If it's not, then it's not.
Exactly. That's how you'll find out. That's how you'll find out. So you do exactly what we did. Qatala, look for form 4. If it's not there, then it doesn't exist. It doesn't mean it exists in terms of sarf, in terms of morphology. Like your working is correct. But in the Arabic language, they don't use that word. They have another word for that. Okay, so let's do one more. We done that one. Okay. Okay, last one. So here we go. We'll do this one as the last one. That's form 5. The V in Arabic is the Roman for 5. Now, when you look at this, what stands out immediately? When you look at this template here, تعلم يتعلم فهو متعلم تعلم يتعلم فهو متعلم تعلما.
There's the
Ah, and
shadda.
shudder.
Good. So the first thing that stands out, everybody, please make a note of this, is that it's got a shadda. So there are only two forms where there is a shadda. Okay, there are two forms that have a shadda, form 2 and form 5. So how do we not get confused? There's one more thing. There's another thing that stands out here that's different from form 2. Very good, the ta at the beginning. Well done. The ta at the beginning. Okay, so that's a giveaway. Straight away, you should recognize that immediately, that if there's a shadda, it's form 2 or form 5. Okay, form 2 or form 5. And the form 5 with the shadda will have a ta. Okay, we'll have a ta. So again, same thing as what we've done before. تعلم يتعلم فهو متعلم. Kasra and mim. Done. Next one. The passive. تعلم يتعلم فهو متعلم. Yeah, fatha on there, mim on there. Okay, there's a dhamma on the passive, kasra on the second to last letter, dhamma on the mudari with the fatha on the second. The exact same thing what we're doing before. The only thing new for form 5 is the masdar. The masdar is unique. So the masdar will be ta'alluman. Okay, ta'alluman, which means to learn or learning. Yeah, so ta'allama means he learnt. Right. Those are the 5 forms. The next 5 we will do next week. They'll be very quick. And hopefully you will have dictionaries as well, so you can practice that. Now, I want to... what's the time? SubhanAllah. Okay, I want to just do some exercise. Okay, can you see the dictionary in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I'm going to use the root letters ضرب. Now, ضرب, if I ask you, what's the form 1 meaning? What will you say? You just have to look at my screen. What would it be? Yeah, to beat or to hit or to strike. That's form 1. Now, if I said to you, I'm not going to tell you the form, I want you to tell me. If I was to say to you, tell me the meaning of the word ضرب. Okay? If I say to you, give me the meaning of ضرب,
To hit.
what form is that first?
Second.
Very good. Second form is a shadda. ضرب. So now look for the Roman 2 on your screen and tell me what it means.
Can't see the Roman 2.
To mix.
There we go. At the top here, can you see my mouse?
Oh,
Yeah. So there it is. So the 2 is there. So you have to just keep looking. The 2 is there. And look what the form 2 means: to mix or to blend or to cause trouble. Yeah. Different to daraba means to strike. Now, if I said to you, I want you to tell me the meaning of the word daraba, what form is that?
3.
Third form.
Form 3. And then look for 3 in the Roman numerals. What would you find?
To contend.
To contend, to fight, to speculate. Very good. And then if I said I want the meaning of adraba, what form is that?
4.
Form 4. What does that mean?
Turn away.
To turn away. Yeah. So you look for the 4. 4 in Roman numerals is a V with the 1 at the beginning, which means -1. If the 1's on the right side of V, it means plus, which is 6. Right. So you need to learn your Roman numerals as well. Yeah. So that's 4, which means to turn away, to leave, or to abandon or forsake. Now, the word tadarraba, what template is that?
5.
5. But if you look, is there a 5 here?
No.
There's no 5. I'm going through it. I can't find a 5. It takes me straight to 6, which means that word, as I was asked earlier, that word tadarraba doesn't exist. Okay, that word, that form for this particular word, it doesn't exist. Okay, now Let's do another example. I'm going to give you another root word, and these we're going to do lots of, so you need to get used to this. I'm going to go to the root word jalasa. Okay, I'm going to go to jalasa. Jalasa is here, so I've got the word jalasa. Now, if I asked you, can somebody please tell me what's the meaning of the word ajlasa? What form is ajlasa?
Four.
Four, very good. What does it mean?
To freeze.
Sit.
To ask to seat. Yeah, to ask to sit down. Good. And if I said jalasa, yeah, if I said jalasa, what would that be?
To sit.
No, third form.
Form
Just
3, which means to sit in someone's company, to keep someone. Okay, good. So you can see that. Okay. Let's do one more. Let's do jalada. Okay, the word jim, lam, and dal, the mouse is on there. So what would the word jalada mean? Just in simple
To
form
whip.
one.
To
To
whip.
whip, yeah, to flog or to lash. Good. What would the word jallada mean?
Combine.
Is that form
Exactly.
2? Oh,
Exactly, form 2, to bind a book.
to
Likewise, if I said jalada, what would that mean?
fight.
To fight someone. Very good. And if I said the word ajlada,
To freeze.
very good, to freeze or be frozen. If I said tajallada,
To take heart.
to take heart, to show someone tough or hardy or robust. So it's got all five. Then look, from 5, we get 6. We haven't discussed 6 yet, but you get 6. And then after 6, it stops, which means this word has no 7, has no 8, has no 9, and has no 10. It just stops at 6. Okay.
Right.
So,
So does the meaning of the word purely just depend on how you pronounce it?
so the meaning of the word depends on the form.
Okay.
Okay. The meaning of the word, it depends on the form. We've done 5 out of 10 forms, and we've covered the bulk of it. The remaining 5 will be very easy because the pattern is
All
the same. Okay.
right. I see.
So hopefully, inshallah ta'ala, you've seen this, and this is really is about empowering you. So my duty as a teacher is to empower you where you don't need me anymore. Okay, so where you can do things yourself. So I'm giving you the tools and the skills for you to go away and do things yourself. And slowly, slowly, this is the early stages. You will see that now when you come across a word, we haven't covered all the forms, but when you come across a word, you'll be like, that's a form 4. So when you look at a form 4, then you'll be able to, I know what the 3 root letters are. I know where to find that in the dictionary. I know what to look for, and then you'll be able to find it. Okay. So you recognize it, you work at the root letters, you open the dictionary, you got the meaning. And you could do all of that without me. Okay. So slowly, you'll find yourself becoming more and more independent. And now this just requires practice. So we got 5 more forms to do, then lots of practice with the dictionary, and we've got a few more grammar and a few more bits to do. And then inshallah ta'ala, level 2, which will come later, will be reading. We'll get a book and we'll start reading, or you will read and I will listen, and I will ask the questions and you will answer the questions as you're reading.
So
And
sorry,
you'll see
sorry,
how much you'll improve. Yeah, Mohammed.
what was that thing about level 2? I didn't hear.
Sorry?
You said something about level 2. I didn't quite hear it.
So at the end of this, there will be a level 2 where you can then read. So we will get text and we will read the text, or you will read the text and I will listen. And all of this we will apply everything.
Would that happen later this year?
Allahu alam, I don't know. It depends how much hopefully we shouldn't take that long. But it all depends on you and your homework and you memorizing tables and getting through level 1.
Yeah. But regarding the homework, sorry, because I've been trying to go on it. Um, are these like the homeworks? Are they like? So I'm trying to like organize them from like dates and stuff like that. Because there's like some assigned to like in January next year. There's some assigned to like the end of by December. Are these like the correct dates or?
So if you go to the assignments were assigned immediately after that specific lesson. So every homework is specific to the lesson that was taught. So it should be in chronological order.
Right. So it's just because I have there's some here that just say like 4th of January and December 7th and stuff like that. So I just wanted to know.
Yeah, no, if you go to Google Classroom, everything is in chronological order.
I see. So just follow it chronologically,
That's right.
basically.
That's right.
Yeah. I see.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Yeah. No problem. Anybody else got any other questions?
Ustad, I just wanted you, if you can, can you read the form 5 because I'm struggling to see the symbol on the shaddas. I just want to
Okay.
make sure I've got the right one.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Okay, so with the form 5, you have تعلم يتعلم فهو متعلم تعلم يتعلم فهو متعلم. And then the verbal noun is تعلما.
Jazakallah.
Okay. All right. So you can maybe maybe cut them out, put them all together. Inshallah, have them all together. Then we'll do the remaining 5 the following week. Okay, khair, alhamdulillah. Any final question before we go? Anybody?
May I ask, I just saw download of that dictionary. Are we allowed to do that as well? Something we can download?
The PDF.
Yeah,
You can do that if you want to. I mean, you can use the electronic one, you can use the PDF, and you can use the hardback. But I would advise everyone to get the hardback, the actual book itself. Okay.
yeah.
And
Ah,
then when we're in our class, you have the book next to you, and you
right.
use the book to find the words. I would strongly encourage that for at least a minimum of a year to 2 years of just using the book. Okay, that's what I would suggest.
Uh,
And believe me, you will thank me for it. I know it's more hard work, whereas in the electronic, you can just press the button, you get the
It
answer.
seems easy to me. Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
the yeah.
but believe me, initially put in the effort, the hard work, and then you will find everything will be so much easier.
No, thank you very much.
Inshallah.
just to be sure, the book is called Hands Were.
The book is called Handswear. If you like, I'll put up an actual link, so you can get that specific one. But if you find it cheaper, I'm not promoting any website or any shop or anything. So if you find it cheaper elsewhere, go for it. If you want to just follow with my link, you can follow the link I'll put forward. So
Where would that link? Where would that link be?
I'll put it up on the Google Classroom, and I'll put it up on the WhatsApp group as well.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, inshallah. Okay, everyone. Barakallah feek. I'll see you all next week, inshallah. نعم بارك الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Yeah, that's
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
Jazakallah.
وعليكم
جزاك الله خير.
السلام.